Good morning, I'm Fox 4 meteorologist Andrew Shipley, and a beautiful start out there at Fort Myers Beach. Not a cloud in the sky as we are looking at that drier air moving in. As for temperatures, 78 degrees, sunny skies there on the beach. Northeasterly winds really, again, bringing in that drier air across the peninsula here. We are seeing a few showers, though, off of Fort Pierce and Melbourne, and then you get out into the Gulf. A few showers, storms out there. Really not much to worry about here this morning, though, as we are looking at plenty of sunshine at least through the noontime hour. Then we'll start to bring in a few more clouds later on today, though. Mostly sunny skies, warming up to say about 92 in Punta Gorda, Arcadia, Fort Myers, Naples. You get inland, upper 80s expected. Moorhaven, Clewiston do have a little bit of a lake breeze again with those northeasterly winds, but still drier air is going to be in the forecast today, and that means our feels like temperatures not quite as high. They've been about 105 to 110. We're talking about 99. So still, yes, it's going to be a warm day, but not as hot as we felt like the last several days. Also, that lower humidity, temperatures coming down here even a little bit more tonight. 74 degrees for us. Again, really a nice night, partly cloudy skies in the forecast. So it's time to south for you here. Here's noontime today. Again, the northeasterly winds leading into a pretty dry day. Then you get the second half. Could see some showers trying to fire up along the sea breeze there inland and then up along the coastline. We'll keep an eye on this. But again, these are going to be far and few between as we head in towards the evening hours. Can't rule them out completely, but I do expect a drier day here today, and very similar to tomorrow. If we're just looking at the overall picture of things, it's going to be a very dry weekend for us. Only about a 20% chance of rain for us Saturday and Sunday, and then we'll start to bring those rain chances back a little bit, more isolated on Monday, Tuesday, and then some higher rain chances for the second half of the week as we watch our tropics here. But overall this weekend, going to be perfect weather. Get out in the boat. Saturday, Sunday, 1 foot or less both days. Light chop those inland waterways. Let's talk tropics here. We got a couple of things to worry about here. Let's head out towards the mid-Atlantic first. This guy's 10% chance. Could see this lifting off to the north. Really not expecting a whole lot of this. And then just to its east. This is the remnants of Gordon. That was a tropical storm just a few days ago, but it's just kind of sheared apart and fallen apart here, but only 10% chance of development. Now, the one south of it is really this guy. We're watching coming off the African coastline, and we do have a 30% chance of development once it gets into the mid-Atlantic. So we'll watch that in the downrange of things later on next week. Now, next week, though, we're also watching closer to home, and that's because we are watching what's called a CAG low on the Central American gyre there, and we are looking at something potentially developing just to the east of the Yucatan, south of Cuba there next week, and then lifting off into the Gulf of Mexico. So 60% chance of development with that. And if we're looking at our forecast models, comparing both the GFS and the European model, both of them indicating some kind of area of low pressure forming there off the Yucatan by Wednesday and then getting into the Gulf of Mexico. That's when things kind of switch up here in the model. The GFS model, a little stronger, a little quicker here by Thursday because the European still off the Yucatan there, almost close to the Bay of Campeche, while the GFS model is really getting going there and lifting off to the north. And you can see up into the Big Bend by Friday, while the European model is still there in the Gulf of Mexico, not coming up towards the Florida panhandle until Sunday. So the timing of this is different, the strength of this is different, and there's a lot that can happen here between now and next week. So we have to see where that center of low pressure formation is next week, and we also have to really figure out the timing of track of this because that will be highly dependent on the impacts that we see later on next week. So again, watching a development earlier in the week, and then what that goes, that's still a big question mark, and obviously something we'll continue to follow for you. But we do expect a named system next week, and that would be Helene. So 7-day forecast for us as we look ahead this weekend. Beautiful. Enjoy it. First day of fall is tomorrow, 93 degrees. Maybe still feeling like summertime there, and we'll slowly bring those rain chances back in. Then obviously watching later in the week because that's going to be dependent on the tropics and where that system goes.